Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm finally back on We Who Are About to Die, and I know it's been a while, but I'm super excited because we've got a brand new update to take a look at, and it sounds like there's a lot of really cool stuff in this one. So quickly, taking a look at the update notes, we've got some new gear and weapons. That's always cool. This looks really good. So we've got the third-person camera. This is really cool. I think this is going to completely change how it feels to play the game. Controller support, this is interesting. I'll probably be sticking to mouse and keyboard, but I'll definitely try this out at some point. The throwing overhaul, so I'm really excited for this too, because maybe now throwing can actually be relevant. Smart shops, so okay, this sounds like the shop's going to have more variety and stuff, so that's good. Auto pickup and item overlay, okay, that's good. Nice little quality of life thing that should come in handy. And then we got some combat changes, so attack lock. So the way attacks get locked in is different. Okay, that could take some getting used to. Damage rebalance. Okay, so the impact point is less important. The weapon speed is more important. Okay. Animation fixes. Alright. New effects. Oh, okay, that's cool. So the more blood, the harder you hit. I like that. And hard mode. AI deals more damage. You earn less gold and fame. AI is more confident. Okay, so that's really cool too. So, okay, so right when you are selecting your character, you can go Commoner, Gladiator, Lion Slayer. So let's take a look. The default is Gladiator. Then you go Lion Slayer. So your brackets are 1 level higher. The AI damage is 1.5 times. The AI health is 25 more. Reward multiplier is 3/4. Standard max stamina, standard stamina regeneration. Alright, so yeah, the AI is a little bit tougher basically, and you get less rewards. That doesn't sound too bad. We're going to stay on Gladiator for now, just to see how things are. You can also change your color right off the bat. That's really cool. I know that's something a lot of people wanted. Oh, my left arm's really getting a little funny. No biggie. Okay. Whoa, it's really zoomed in. You can like almost go... Oh no, okay, this is as far as you can actually zoom in. It was almost like first person there for a second. That was interesting. Alright. Oh wow. This feels super different already. So what I'm thinking, the main thing about playing in third person, I feel like it's going to be easier to line up your hits, because before the camera was kind of angled from up high, right? It was more like this. Now you can kind of look straight on at your opponent, so I feel like it should be easier, you know, once you get the hang of it, to just like swing right into their head or something, you know? My left arm looks like a balloon animal or something, the way it's all twisted up the elbow. It's funny. It looks normal once I get into the fight, so I don't know what that's about. So already, like, the third person, this definitely feels more immersive than before. You know, you kind of feel more like you're into the fight. It doesn't really feel... Okay, that was a lot of blood, so I think maybe that was the effects changes with the more blood, or more damaging hits. Ooh. Alright, yeah, like this is cool, because I'm even playing like as zoomed out as you can get, so if you played like just like this, you'd really be in the fight. That would be kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that for the next fight. Jordy, when are you gonna let me give high fives to the fans after the fight? Alright, let me zoom this camera in. You know, now I really feel like I'm actually in the fight. But at the same time, it is a little bit hard to see. I definitely noticed the blood spraying out a lot more when I'm hitting these guys. Alright. Okay, so there's the new item overlay, I guess. When you go near it, it shows you the information and you can quickly pick it up. So if I drop my weapon... Okay. That's good. That's... Okay, yeah, because before you had to, like, actually click on the weapon, that was kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. But now you can just do that. So that's actually a really nice little change. Okay, 19 damage with a throw is actually a lot, so that, the throwing overhaul looks like it might be doing its job early on. Okay. I'm not really noticing the, like, locking in the attacks. That kind of feels the same. I'm not even really sure what's supposed to be different about it, to be fair. Okay, so it, instead of, before it was a certain amount of time you had to pull for, now it's a certain distance you have to pull. Interesting. So yeah, I guess you're not really going to notice that so much. Is this a new song? This kind of sounds... I don't think I've heard this before. Did my training get more expensive? Oh, also did the difficulty jump on me? That could be just a visual thing. It could be anything really. You never really know. I am still just on the test branch for the new update. This isn't actually the new update yet. So there could be a few bugs. Oh, there's no longer... There's no, like, cursor anymore. Because, yeah, okay, so... Oh, wow, now playing like this feels weird. Wait, why can't I rotate my camera? How do you do that? I have no idea. That's actually crazy, though. Like, playing on third person for a few matches, it actually feels really weird to, like, look at it like this now. Like, that's really a big difference. This camera was high up. Yeah, so there's no cursor anymore, so you're not really even... That's a lot more immersive to just really be swinging. That does make it feel more like Mountain Blade or something. So that's cool. A lot of people will probably see that and, like, you know, if they were put off by the cursor or something before, people will probably see that now and think like, oh, that's cool. It's like Mountain Blade. Let me try this game out. So that's a good thing. If we really wanted to get immersive, a no HUD mode would be cool. How do you lock on? Okay. So yeah, you can still lock on. I guess locking on now, because locking on kind of restricted you a little bit before. Well, I guess you can still... I guess it still restricts you a little bit. But it might be less now. Not sure. Using a spear should also be really easy with this camera, I think, because you can really just line it up. Let me take this. Yeah, there you go. Like, just look right at this guy's head. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to throw this. Okay, there we go. I was just going too early. There you go. Okay, you can kind of launch it. Still gonna take some getting used to, but the throwing should be pretty cool. Let's try one more. Aim a little bit lower. There you go. It hit him, but I don't think it did any damage. The this attack where you reach out to the side, you kind of have to... It feels a little bit different. You kind of have to, like, curve it in more yourself. Because before it was kind of like... I guess you still had to. It was kind of easier with this camera to... Yeah, okay, my training's steadily getting more expensive, so... Yeah, I really think spears are going to feel good with this camera, as long as I don't drop it. Ooh, big bardiche. Yeah, so this attack to the side still works just fine. You just gotta move a little bit with it. Oh, jeez, buddy. There you go. Overall, this doesn't feel so different. Like, you can definitely tell it's like a new system, but you aren't gonna have to relearn the game or anything. Thinking as well, since this camera puts you, like, so much closer into the fight, you know, you might even want to use the other camera for certain things sometimes. Like, I'm thinking a 1v many, it might get kind of hard to, you know, it might get kind of congested playing on this camera, like if you're going 1v8 or something. You know, because this one gives you a nice, like, overhead view. So that's one thing. And then, you know, certain attacks and stuff might feel better with the other camera, but We'll see. Time will tell. It is a little bit tougher to judge, like, the distance and, like, the depth for something like this, trying to go over the shield with, like, more of the straight-on view. You know, like, I think it'd be easier with, like, swords and stuff, swinging from the sides, but when you're swinging, like, or when you're poking straight up, or even swinging, like, over. Alright. Someone else can fight this guy. Yeah, it's a little bit tougher to tell with this angle for those kinds of attacks. Okay, Kapha is a weapon I want to get my hands on. Ooh, here we go, new item. Leather-plated Lofosi arm. Oh. Okay, so let's take a look at it. So, 4.3k. 45% armor is pretty good. Padded. Plus 10% fame. Only -5 stamina regen. How is that compared to the bracer? So it's a little more expensive than the bracer. Gives considerably more armor. Has less durability. Bigger stamina penalty. Okay. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense, you know? It's I guess it's a pretty heavy armor piece. Bit of a bigger stamina regen penalty. Less durability is interesting. But that's not bad. 45% armor for only 4k? That's not bad. Wonder if any of these guys are wearing the new armor. I don't really see it. Okay, I'm feeling the locking in a little bit there. It's kind of awkward sometimes when you're trying to do certain things. Okay, the leather-plated Lofosi. 35% armor. This one's cheap. This is a lot cheaper than the arm piece. Well, not a lot, but... So this is, you know, kind of a mid-game armor set, I guess. Early to mid-game. It gives some decent fame bonuses, so that's alright. And then the armor's not bad. 35 on the head, 45 on the arm is really pretty decent. Using the shield should be pretty nice too with this camera, because in theory, if you can't see the tip of their weapon through your shield, then they shouldn't be able to hit you. Okay, wait, so I think that said 235 out of 241. So there aren't too many new pieces. Here we got the boot, so 38% armor. Yeah, so this stuff's pretty cheap and pretty good. It's not a bad armor set at all. Yeah, so what do we got here? Okay, 45%. So that's kind of interesting that the arm piece is 45 and then the chest piece is also 45. I thought maybe it would be a little bit more, but it's not. That's still solid though. 45% chest armor for 3.5 is the regular price. Minus 10% stamina regen. So what do we have here? Compared to a male shirt, you're getting... So first of all, it's 1,000 cheaper, and you're getting 10% more armor. You're getting less durability. You're getting a slightly smaller, slightly bigger stamina penalty. So yeah, this seems to be a bit of a cheaper set with less durability than some other sets. Looks pretty cool. It's interesting. You don't have to really take your cursor very far to lock in attacks. So if you want to feint something, you got to be quick with it like this. You know, really whip it around. This guy has no idea what I'm going to do. Boom. Uh-oh, what am I doing? Choking myself out. I'm almost certainly going to die here, but that's okay, because at least we'll get to see how two-handing feels with this camera, and also see how a 1v8 feels, because a lot of guys and you don't have as much of an aerial view anymore. You don't have as much like peripheral view really. Still got pretty good view, but will be a little bit harder. Just when they start to like spread out around you is when, you know, it gets hard to keep track of everybody. You're also really going to have to move your camera around a bit more now to block and stuff, because before you could cover a lot of ground with your shield and whatnot, just like through pretty small movements. even like blocking with your weapon. Now you kind of have to actually move around a lot, face in different directions. You know, because since you did everything with the cursor before, that was pretty different. But using the two-hander feels just fine, you know, it feels pretty much the same. Alright, this time I guess I'll select Lion Slayer. So, I still don't know if last run was actually Lion Slayer or not. See if I can feel a difference this time. What is this guy? Pit Maceman. So yeah, okay, you're gonna be fighting tougher enemies right off the bat. That's fine. We're not worried about a Maceman. Okay, okay, okay. Relax, buddy. Damn, okay, you got me. So yeah, I don't think we were on Lion Slayer the first run because I was fighting like normal enemies to start. And that might actually be the hardest part of this hard mode because the early game is kind of the tougher part of the game anyway. Not in the sense that like you're fighting difficult enemies, but in the sense that you don't really have much going for you. So if you don't have much going for you, then you are fighting tougher enemies. You know, that becomes a lot harder than the normal difficulty. What are these guys? Civilian and Pit Slave. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe I just got unlucky with the Maceman then. Alright. So yeah, it definitely feels a little bit tougher, I'll tell you that. What the hell? Oh, okay, he's got the loot. I didn't realize it was going to be that big. That's huge. What the hell? 27 damage. Alright, let me kill this guy real quick while he's got an apple, and then let me take a look at the stats on that loot. Okay, well, I guess not. Maybe that's why it did so much damage, because it's got no durability? I wonder if it can't be destructible though, because then it would have broken on the first hit. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Interesting though, beware of loots. 27 damage. Okay, well this is level 5 already, so that's kind of tough. Level 4, level 2, level 5. Okay, yeah, so... And 25 extra health, it doesn't really sound... it's really not that much, because with a decent weapon, that's like an extra hit, maybe? But, you know, early on, when you're not doing as much damage, that could actually be a lot, because it could be like 2 or 3 more hits. And then, you know, how many fights have you been in? I know I've been in plenty where, like, 1 hit is the difference, so... That definitely could make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. What on earth is that? Destructible, 20 damage. Okay. It's still gonna be, it's gonna be, you know, even tougher now to take on multiple enemies. You know, a 1v6 where everybody's got 25 more HP. That's, what's the math on that? Like 150 more damage you're gonna have to do? So, that's a lot, you know? Like, that's like an extra guy and a half that you're killing, essentially. So, yeah, this is, it's gonna be a challenge for sure, this Lion Slayer mode. Alright. So I think, like, other than, there's still some new items in the shop that I want to take a look at, but other than that, I think we've pretty much looked at everything here, except for controller support. So I do want to take a look at that, see how that works. So I'm going to go into the battle here. I'm going to plug in my controller. Left stick to move, right stick to look around. I should probably look at the binds because I have no idea. So... Oh, wow, okay, that's really interesting. Wow. Okay, that's actually really cool. Like, considering this is really not the most conducive system to, like, put on a controller, this doesn't feel bad at all. Is there... So, yeah, okay, and you can block directionally. Oh, no, he kind of just does it for you. I think? Oh, right. That's interesting, man. I wasn't sure how that was gonna feel, but that actually feels pretty darn good. Oh, we got the fog too. Alright, that's a new feature. I guess you can just get an amount of fog on any map. Sprint is... okay. And then, what's this? Kick. Oh, okay. A is to dash. Got you. That's interesting. I would probably change that around a little bit if I was actually going to use this. It definitely feels good with an axe. You know, it feels like... it feels right. Just swinging the axe around. Because, like, you can't really see, but basically... You kind of hold your trigger and then flick your stick where you want to attack. I don't have any stamina here, so it's kind of tough to attack, but... You know, so you go like... you go with the stick, like, out to the right, and then trigger, and then boom. And then I guess... so if you just swing, you kind of go like that, but if you flick the stick... I think that's how you get some more speed, if you kind of... whatever way you're attacking. So I'm going right to left, flick the stick left as I'm attacking. I think you get some more speed on that. Interesting, man. If you've been waiting to play this game with a controller, I think you're gonna have a good time with it. This feels pretty darn good. You know, you won't really be, like, missing out too much, I think. I think mouse and keyboard will still be, like, a little bit better, but this is fine. Yeah, so I would probably map the dash to the left bumper just so that you could, like, dash as you're attacking. Because, you know, that's, like, a good little way to get some... I guess you could use this. Use it A to... no, because then you have to take your thumb off the stick, so that's not great. So yeah, probably put the dash on the bumper. Have, like, A to sprint, B to dodge, probably. Or, A to sprint, B to kick, maybe. Square to kick's fine. See if we can get this splitter chaka lodged in somebody's head here with a throw, because axes are pretty nice for throwing. Not quite. Maybe a smaller axe would do a little bit better. A walking bone spear. Whoa, look at that. Alright, so it's ordinary, but looking at the stats, it doesn't look so bad. 16 damage, 71 durability is not a lot, 70 speed, 70 range, small stamina penalty, plus 15% fame, and bonus versus shields, 50% versus shields. Let's compare it with the fishing stacker, because that's another ordinary spear. So, 14 damage compared to 16, 84 durability, speed, range. Okay, so it is a little bit worse in the stats than the fishing stacker, other than the damage. The Avantian Circus, is that new? I don't recognize that name. Oh, okay. So let's see what this spear's doing. This guy's got a Faradaka, so that's not fair. Fighting with a bone spear, and he's got the best weapon in the game. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't have the most reach. Kind of feels like a flathead, maybe, you know. Still decent reach, you know, every spear has decent reach. The damage is nothing crazy, but it's not terrible. Pretty decent starting weapon, because the other thing is, especially like for the early game, having a bonus versus shields is pretty cool, because a lot of the early game shields aren't very good, right? Oh, okay, that's awkward. This guy got stuck in the tunnel. I'm thinking, like, overall, with this third-person camera, and I think that overall, it's probably a plus for weapons like that you're swinging with one hand, right? Like axes, swords, holy cow. I think because it really makes it easy to aim for heads and stuff, he says as he misses 2 swings. And I think like maybe it'll make using spears and some like two-handed weapons a little bit tougher when you're trying to attack in certain ways. But really, I don't think it's going to be like much of an issue. I think overall, obviously I'm going to spend some more time with it before I really like form an opinion. But I think I like this third-person camera. See if I can go triumph to the face on this guy. I swear that went right through his head. And now I can't get it back. We got an Awaken two-handed bone sword. Damn. That looks really cool. So adequate, two-handed slashing heavy, 18 damage, 195 durability is pretty good. 52 speed, 65 range, big stamina penalty, decent fame bonus, bonus damage versus shields and armor. So that's pretty good. So this sword should be pretty decent, I think, because you got a bonus versus armor and versus shield, so that's great. 18 damage is not the most, but it's not bad. And then, unlike the spear, this one actually has pretty good durability too, so it won't break too quickly. So you'll actually be able to break some shields or some armor first. This guy's helmet doesn't have much durability anyway, so I'm just going to get rid of that and keep hitting him over the head. Ooh. That's why you wear a helmet. And earlier I was saying, like, I thought maybe it would be a bit of an issue on the 1v many to have, like, the camera more zoomed in and a little bit lower like it is now. But really, it's not much of an issue. I mean, this did give you a nice aerial view, but you can still see everything you need to see with the third person. Actually, be nice if this spear got out of my head. Okay, so when I was clicking E there to take the spear, it wasn't taking it, but then I clicked it and he did take it. So I guess you can still click to pick things up. That might be useful to know if you want to remove a spear from your head. There's a little bit of a weird thing going on sometimes. Did you guys see that? Like when I killed him, the camera kind of got a little bit like shaky. I don't know how to describe it, but you see what I mean, right? But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything to see here. I'll definitely be focusing, I think, like, I'll be making some more videos focusing a little bit closer on some of those things. Definitely gonna take a closer look at the throwing, gonna take a closer look at hard mode for sure. Maybe even controller, might play through like a whole run with the controller, see how that goes. But I think that's about that for this one, so let me know what you guys think, first of all, of some of this stuff, especially the third person. Because, you know, I think I like it. You know, I really think I like it, but it is going to take a little bit more time still for me to be sure about that. So let me know what you guys think. Other than that, hope you enjoyed watching. Subscribe if you want to see some more videos, because I'm going to be making a lot more videos in the next few days talking about this update. And I'll see you guys later.